Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hopefully I got the audio right. Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see how this turns out for me. Sorry for the feedback right now. But anyway, what's happening, everybody? This is your boy Onyx with Going Full Nerd. Let me get this mic a little bit further away so we don't get that old annoying sound. What's happening, y'all? What's going on? It's Sunday, 6 p.m. As always, I slide into the room. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being you. What's up? Because you could be any place in the world, and you're right here with me during the live stream recording. So check this out. We're going to go ahead. We're going to record this podcast, but we got to, as always, do what we always do before I start. So the first thing is, please remember, let's do the administrative stuff. The administrative stuff is this. Hey, just make sure that you check out the podcast on anchor.fm/goingfullnerd, or you can check it out on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Just search for Going Full Nerd. Remember, there's no spaces, Going Full Nerd. You can also check out the website, goingfullnerd.com, where you get a little bit of information on comic books. You know, what's coming out, what's getting ready to come up. That's where you could get the source material for a lot of the movies, a lot of the videos, a lot of the stuff that I talk about on this podcast right here. And obviously, if you're here, make sure you check it out here on youtube.com/goingfullnerd. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, ding, 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 and it's all good. Plus, you get a little bit of a look into the darker side of my humor. Check out Onyx1969 on Twitter. All right, that's the administrative stuff. We are done with that. Yesterday we ran the live stream. I actually did it for about 5, almost 6 hours, playing video games for charity. Final number for charity was $1,350. That was the final number up to the day of play. Now, you still got time to donate. You could go ahead, check out yesterday's video on YouTube. It's the link. Go on Twitter. You can find the link and donate to Children's Miracle Network Hospital, specifically the Children's National Medical Center in Washington, D.C., my area where I am residing. Okay? And you can go and make a difference in a kid's life. But anyway, let's talk it. We always talk it every week. Top box office, top 5 domestic. So coming in at number 1, we knew Arnold was going to be the man. Arnold and Linda Hamilton. Terminator Dark Fate pulled the number 1 spot. But you know what? I don't know if that was a good thing, because they only pulled $29 million. Now, we all know that the Terminator movies have big, humongous budgets. Like, they take the Terminator budget, they pick it up, they throw it on the table. Like some of y'all drink Hennessy, right? Y'all drink old regular shelf Hennessy. Terminator had a Remy Martin budget. You know what I'm saying? Terminator was like, bam! Okay? But the problem is, they didn't pull in Remy Martin money. They pulled in Hennessy money. Y'all get me? Y'all got me on that? Okay, and I ain't even talking Hennessy white. They ain't even pulling Hennessy black money. They pulled in regular Hennessy money. And that ain't right. That ain't right at all. But that's okay. That's fine. They took the number 1 box office. Coming in at number 2, after a couple of weeks in the box office, this guy's been jumping back and forth between 2-1, 2-1. You know, maybe it's the 1-2 punch. Warner Brothers with The Joker. You can check out the review for The Joker on the podcast, or you can check it out in the YouTube videos archive, and you can see what I thought about the Joker movie. But that came in at number 2, pulling in $13.9 million, pulling its domestic numbers up to $299.6 million. Go ahead, Warner Brothers. Y'all trying to do y'all thing now. Y'all done seen Disney was making all that dough. Now y'all trying to figure out how to make it happen your way. That's what I'm talking about. Do what you do. I may not agree with it all the time, but do what you do. Make that money, fellas. Coming in at number 3. Yo, this has got to be a bomb as far as Disney movies are concerned. It's Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, Angelina Jolie. I think they got her on a contract, pulling in $12.1 million. Total $84.3 million in the couple of weeks it's been in the box office. That's not good, folks. That's not good at all. Coming in at number 4 is Focus Features, the Harriet Tubman film. Some of y'all may go out and peep that out. That's history right there. That's not something I normally review on GoingFullNerd.com or Going Full Nerd, but that's history right there. I would review some trash movies like Harriet Tubman Vampire Fighter or something, Zombie Killer or whatever. But this is Harriet. This is, a pretty straightforward, serious pick. Came in at number 4 this week. A little bit of history. That shows you where people's priorities are. History don't come in number 1 at the box office. Pulled in $12 million. And coming in at number 5, animated feature. I saw this with my grandkids. Nice movie. I dig it. It was cool. Even though they made Gomez a little chubbier than I thought he should have been. We've got the Addams Family pulling in $8.4 million, rounding out the top 5, and it pulled in $85.2 million. Cool. I'm digging it. I can work with that. Let me take a sip of my drink, and we'll get on with today's episode. Okay, folks. Today the title of today's episode is upcoming superhero movies and random thoughts. And I got a few random thoughts. I got a lot of random thoughts. Now, I'm gonna talk little random thoughts first, okay? Because I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes it feels like I can't keep up with everything. All these movies come out, nerdy goodness. Everybody on the internet is striving to be first. Screw being first. I'd rather be good. So if you don't like the fact that I'm actually pretty good at this, to heck with you. So let's continue on. So I'm trying to figure out. Let's take a look at it. We got some stuff coming out. They've been making announcements over the past week or so, and they got stuff popping out. Okay? And let's try to figure out what's going down. So the first thing, what's dropping? They got a Bloodshot movie. Now some of you may be like, well, what the heck is Bloodshot? Bloodshot is a comic book. No, it is not a Marvel. No, it is not a DC. It is by Valiant Entertainment. Okay, Valiant Entertainment, back in the day, they were kind of hot. They were, they had characters like X-O Man of War, Bloodshot, Archer and Armstrong. These were, when I was growing up in the late 80s, these comic books, they weren't your number 1 finds that you could get at a newsstand, because we had to buy comic books on the newsstand. No internet, a comic book store was rare. Like we got independent comic book stores now. I grew up in New York. Comic book stores were rare. We had newsstands left and right. So we rocked it out that way. So to find the Valiant comics, that was strange. That was like, oh man, where's this? Then they did some team ups. You had X-O Man of War teaming up with Iron Man. You had Bloodshot teaming up, I think, with Daredevil, or was it Wolverine? I don't know. I can't remember, because I wasn't really into the Valiant books until now. And I'm not really digging in them. I mean, I peep a couple. I haven't reviewed any. I haven't talked about it. But let's talk about Bloodshot a little bit. Sorry about that. So, being that is based on the Valiant comic book, Valiant Entertainment, this movie stars Vin Diesel. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Vin Diesel, man, this is the thing. Well, let me go through it. It's got Vin Diesel. Liza Gonzalez, Sam Hughman, Tony Kebbell, and then Guy Pearce. Y'all remember Guy Pearce from Iron Man? Okay, think about this. Guy Pearce, he always plays a villain. So I'm going to assume where this is going. What's up to my man Low Cuts in the check-in? So check this out, right? I'm going to give you the synopsis of this Bloodshot movie. People say they've leaked the whole movie online. Not the movie itself, but they've leaked the whole story. So I don't know what's up with that. But it's Vin Diesel, folks. This is Vin Diesel. This is a Vin Diesel movie. Okay? So the synopsis, I want y'all to tell me if y'all heard this. You know, I'm looking extra crispy. I just did a couple of tweaks. It's, hey, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, same old camera, different day. But check this out. Here's the synopsis of the Bloodshot movie based on the comic book that's coming out. Okay? After he and his wife are murdered, a Marine by the name of Ray Garrison, played by Vin Diesel, is resurrected by a secret team of scientists, and he becomes a superhuman biotech killing machine named Bloodshot. There's a nanotechnology in his bloodstream that resurrected him, okay? Trains with other super soldiers, can't remember his past, and then his memory starts coming back, and he breaks out hell-bent on revenge. What does this sound like? Okay, this movie, it sounds like a mix of The Punisher, Universal Soldier, and Wolverine, all wrapped up into one. Hey, don't you love it? Don't you love it? Don't you love it? And that's for everybody who, really don't follow a whole bunch of different comic books. Think about it. Or movies. Okay, here's the thing. Is this movie going to make money? Yes, it is. Okay, bottom line. But they're banking, I believe, more on Vin Diesel's star power than anything else. Now, here's the problem. You got people like me that go peep out movies. I like action movies. I like sci-fi movies. I like superhero flicks. But here's the problem. If Vin Diesel isn't in Fast and Furious or in Pitch Black, I don't like him. Other than, maybe, when he's Groot, and what line does he have when he's playing Groot? I am Groot. Anybody could have did that. I could have did that. They paid him for star power. Okay, but it ain't that much star power. I remember watching Vin Diesel in Pitch Black and the early Fast and the Furious. I thought, dude kind of swole. I look at him now, I'm like, he ain't the most swole dude. It's like, and I'm a dig. Hey, Wilbur, I'm glad you came in on the check-in on the live chat. But here goes the thing. I ain't got much faith in Vin Diesel either. Vin Diesel, I think his heyday is over. I think they could have got somebody else. Now, here's one thing that I know that they're not going to do in the movie that they've done in the comic book. Bloodshot is pasty pale. Like, literally pale as that sheet of paper. I mean, he's El Blanco, chalk. And that's because it's like a Universal Soldier type thing. He's dead, they resurrected him with technology. So, I wonder how they're going to do that. And then he has the big red circle on his chest. So, I really want to see how that is. Now, Vin Diesel's bald. I remember my Bloodshot from the comic book having the box fade. But maybe that was an 80s thing. Everybody had these type fades. I mean, Green Goblin had the finger waves, Colossus, Bloodshot had the box fade. Wolverine had the hair going up thing. I don't know. So we'll see what's going on. You can peep the trailer online. The trailer is on YouTube. I did peep it out. I did not include a link inside the description for this video, but that's okay. I'll get to that eventually. Maybe, maybe not. You could do a search just like anybody else. And it is what it is. Okay, folks. That's my first thing I'm talking about. Let me take a sip as we change the subject. Oh, Y'all don't understand. This is so good. I wish I could share with each and every one of you, but the way my wallet works and the way my checking account touches my banking account, it just doesn't work that way. It don't work that way. Can't share nothing with you. Have a tap water on me. So let's go on. We also got the intro this week. We got Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. We got the official announcement for a sequel. That's pretty darn good. I mean, this is the thing. And I will, just to let you guys know, there is a slight delay. Okay, so I will answer your questions at the end of the video. So please, please don't forget. Okay, so I'll get to that Bloodshot question at the end of the video. So here we go. So we're talking about Into the Spider-Verse. Sony, they're going to make that money. Sony was going to make their money. And since the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was a 100% must-see flick, okay, they had the teaser at the end of the movie showing Spider-Man 2099 using the old 1968 Spider-Man cartoon stuff. It was on point, okay? And people are wanting to see more of Miles Morales. People also wanted to see like the relationship between Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales. I'm cool with that. That's all good. But here goes the deal, okay? They dropped a teaser on Twitter this week. I saw it on Twitter. It may have been on Instagram. It may have been on YouTube. Who knows? Who cares? I find my stuff on Twitter. I tweet. It is what it is. It was a 10-second video. They had the flashing, strobing lights. So, they didn't care if people had photosensitive seizures. They just dropped it. It was like bam. And it was Miles Morales' logo with 2022 in the middle of it. 2022. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't have any more info on it. I know they said they were going to have Miguel O'Hara, which is the name of the Spider-Man of 2099. I'm not sure who was playing it. I didn't look it up. I probably have to look that up, do a little more research. But I can't wait to see how this goes. Hopefully it's not just a flash in the pan. Hopefully they got a story that touches as good as the first one. Hopefully they got a soundtrack that slams as hard as the first one, and we don't get it, get done in by a subpar sequel, because we all know that most sequels are trash. Most sequels are trash. That's the trend, okay? Very rare that a movie goes from excellent to supreme to beyond, just it usually goes first movie good, second movie dips, third movie is usually horrible, then they reboot it, things like that. I'm just saying. A lot of people were asking, maybe is Tom Holland going to make an appearance? Is Sony got the rights to him doing stuff and all that good stuff? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. So we'll figure that out. We'll see what happens. Okay? So, you think Sony got what it takes to get that Spider-Man money rocking? I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. We'll see what happens. Maybe Disney will buy out Spider-Man before it's all said and done. You never know. You never freaking know. But anyway, let me go ahead and take another sip of my drink and let's get to another little piece of what I've been looking up and seeing in the superhero movie TV genre over the past week. So let's talk Green Lantern. For those who don't know, Green Lantern is my favorite superhero. Okay, I love Green Lantern. I don't care which Green Lantern it is, whether it's Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, Alan Scott, Jessica Cruz, Simon Baz. It don't matter. It could be Nort. It could be any of them. I love Green Lantern. To have a ring that gives you the power to create anything that you can think of, that is awesome. So think about this. The streaming wars are beginning. Okay, Disney Plus said their stuff. Warner Brothers got DC Universe. Warner Brothers got HBO Max. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. Apple TV, Apple Plus, YouTube, all these other places, everybody, Hulu, everybody's throwing their hat into the ring for the streaming stuff, and they got to do original content with it. So since you're doing original content, boom, Warner Brothers says, yo, we own HBO. We got the new streaming service, HBO Max. We just got streaming service on top of streaming service, DC Universe, HBO Max, all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and drop a Green Lantern TV series on HBO Max. Now, fans, the first thing I said to myself was, oh, hell yeah. Green Lantern? Yeah. And then I thought about it. I said, oh man, this is about to be a problem. This might be an issue. Because, he got the live action treatment a few years ago. And the live action treatment was banging. I'll be honest. It was. But it was horrible special effects to a point. And the storyline and the characters just didn't fit. Ryan Reynolds been kicking himself in the ass ever since Green Lantern. And you see how he talks bad about it when the Deadpool movies and all that good stuff. So think about this. There's one thing, though, from the Green Lantern movie I think everybody that watched it that was a superhero fan liked. And it came at the end. So spoiler alert, if you have not seen the Green Lantern movie, and it's been for years, you needed to watch that anyway, long time ago. So let me throw this out there. Okay? Throwing this out there. Give me 1 second, because I gotta close off my office because it's getting kind of loud in here, and I want to make sure you guys hear me. I gotta get you guys to hear me. All right, let's get this right. I got to close off my office a little bit. Let's get some background noise. So I got to make sure that background noise is not there. So let me throw this out here. Okay, so we talking Green Lantern. With Green Lantern, okay, I'm going to put this out there. Green Lantern, they have given this, and I said, oh, excuse me. Spoiler, I got to get my thoughts back. Spoiler, the best part of the Green Lantern movie. The best part of the Green Lantern movie was at the end, and that was Sinestro. The way they introduced Sinestro was banging. Movie will never get a sequel. They won't get the actor. They have the actor playing the villain inside Shazam. So him and Sinestro is done. It's over. They got to do it all over again. They got to start from the beginning or whatever. Maybe we won't get an origin story during the TV show. Who knows? Who cares? Who figures out how that's going to happen? That's cool. All right? So, here we go. Let's throw this out there. They got $100 million budget for this Green Lantern TV series. $100 million budget. Man, please. $100 million and it's a TV series. Number one, that doesn't bode well for DC Universe streaming service where they got all their superhero stuff. That's going to be a problem because they're putting it on HBO Max. Now, that could be for distribution purposes. People will recognize the HBO Max name more than DC Universe. But then now you got comic book fans. We got to get all these different streaming services and we're like, bang. Oh, oops. But here goes the deal. All right. If this $100 million is not spent correctly, this will be devastating to the streaming service, to Warner Brothers, and for comic book fans like me who love Green Lantern. Okay? So now, think about this. This can go south real quick with the internet trolls. This can go south real quick with how toxic it is on the internet. Can you imagine if they put Jessica Cruz, the Hispanic female Green Lantern, on this before they put a Hal Jordan, a Guy Gardner, or even, okay, the brother, okay? Do you think people would lose their mind if that happens? Don't you think so? I mean, we all see the uproar that they have for Captain Marvel. We all see the uproar, what they're doing with Catwoman for the new Batman movie, they were like, ugh, when they changed the ethnicity of certain characters, or they introduce a different character. People ain't they ain't rap right, yo. But whatever they put in, I will be excited. And some people say, just like you say, it could end up like Batwoman on the CW. I have never watched one episode of Batwoman. I will tell you that for a fact. I don't know. Don't know. But we will see. We will see. All right. Now we get into the last short piece of this, and then I'm going to answer a couple of questions that popped up on the screen just to let you guys know. But first, let me take a sip of my beverage. Okay, Ant-Man 3 is coming. There's not much I can say other than that. Some people hate Ant-Man. They did not like the Ant-Man movies. I don't know why. They were comedic genius. They were heist films. They were comedies. They were superhero movie comedies. There's nothing wrong with that. That was pretty darn hot. So, for those who don't like it, to hell with you. We're going to go ahead and bring Peyton Reed back. And we're going to do a third one. So I don't know if it, so you had Ant-Man. You had Ant-Man and the Wasp. I doubt you're going to call this Ant-Man 3. Maybe you're going to call this Giant Man and the Wasp. I don't know. Maybe you can. Because you think about it. You brought back the original Wasp. Okay. Played by Michelle Pfeiffer. All right. You got Dr. Pym. You got the whole Ant family in this thing. So let's see how this goes. I can't wait to see where this goes, in what direction, and is Paul Rudd going to be is he going to be involved in the next Avengers film? So it is what it is, and we'll see what goes down. All right. Now I got to say, it might be successful because Ant-Man and the Wasp made $622 million. So obviously they doing something right. I don't know. So let's talk a little bit. Let me go to the questions. Let me peep out. Let's see what's going on. So my man Wilbur drops in. He says, yo, he heard of Bloodshot in passing. Okay, that's good. Now, here's the thing. His question is, if Valiant Entertainment gave me the keys to control the movie, who do I think would be a good fit for Bloodshot? In all honesty, I would probably try to take an unknown actor. And the only reason why I would take an unknown actor is because I'm going to make sure that the writer and the director of the film earn their money. Okay, if I have to take a known actor, maybe Chris Pine. Chris Pine's got that kind of stoic look. You know, Chris Pine, he played Captain Kirk in the rebooted Star Trek. So I think he might be a good fit for something like that. Dye his hair, give him the block cut, kind of go at it from there. So, you know, it is what it is with that one. Now, here's the thing, you know, or if I'm going to go ahead and get star power, I got to find the hottest thing. Heck, if Robert Pattinson can get the role as Batman, they could have got somebody other than Vin Diesel to play Bloodshot. They could have, you know. But I count my blessings. I'm glad it ain't The Rock. Let's keep it real. You know, because if it was The Rock, then you got Kevin Hart trying to show up in the movie. You know, I'm just saying. That's how stuff goes down. That's how it is. So, looking out here, moment. Okay, now here's the thing. Low Cuts, I'm going to put it out here. Okay, Batwoman in the comic books. Okay, she is a lesbian female in the comic books. But the problem is I think in the television show, they're going to, they probably tap dance. Because like in Black Lightning, I think they still tap dance around his daughter Thunder and Grace. Okay, never mind that they changed the character Grace in Black Lightning to a shapeshifter when she was an Amazon in the comic books. But I'm going to throw this out here. I think they tiptoe on television. They all kind of scared. They all kind of worried. You know, so it is what it is. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Do I wish the show success. I wish all these shows success because as a kid, I wanted comic book and movies and stuff like this and couldn't get it where they looked worth a darn. I mean, it was like, yeah, okay. I was happy with what I had because I ain't know any better. Now I know there's technology out there. I'm like, bang, let me throw down with this. This is what I need. All right. Okay. I'm glad that somebody else other than me loved the Ant-Man movies. Appreciate it. Now, I'm going to throw this out here. John Cena as Bloodshot would be kind of hot. But John Cena has one big problem. He can't act. That's his problem. He's an action dude. He can't act. And it is what it is. That's how John Cena is. I don't know. It is what it is. That's how it goes down. So we will see what happens with John Cena. So now let's tap onto this. Let's go on to the next thing. Don't mention my Giants playing Cowboys on Monday Night Football. I'm a diehard fan. For those of you that watch the video, not listening to the podcast, I'm throwing on a New York Giants scarf at this moment just to kind of describe what's happening. Hey, man. We rebuilding. That's all I can say. We ain't healthy. We rebuilding. Hopefully, and we've been close. We've been engaged, so it is what it is. I don't want to have to deal with. I got a whole bunch of Cowboys fans. My boss is a Cowboys fan. One of my bosses is a Cowboys fan. I can't take it. It leads me to take a sip of my beverage. But anyway, folks, hey, I'm glad you could spend 30 minutes with me online. Hey, I'm going to try to be online a little bit more. I'm going to try to record more podcast episodes, let you join in, let you talk, let you listen, all that good stuff. And just to let you know, the chat inside my videos are moderated. So with the language you guys use, I try to keep it at least PG. So anyway, thanks for joining in. Remember, if you're in here, I can see how many of y'all in chat. I need each and every one of y'all to hit the like button on this video. Please share this with a friend. Also, make sure you listen to the podcast on Going Full Nerd at anchor.fm/goingfullnerd. And make sure you continue to check out the videos on YouTube. You can check me out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Twitter as Onyx1969, and I think I'm going to start game streaming on Twitch, folks. I don't know. I may game stream it here where I'm just kind of talking random stuff, giving you the news, not all in one big chunk like I do now, but I may give you a little bit as I hear about it each day. Anyway, remember, if you can't say something nice to anybody, please, folks, don't say anything at all. Send it to me. Let me say it for you. And on that note, peace, y'all, and I'm out of here. Let me hit that outro music. Boom.